Well, Grady Stewart speaking. I'm joined at commentary by Dr. Patrick Golden, who is a doctor in sports medicine. He's the premier doctor for combat sports in WA. And I've invited him down to cage side because recently, or probably about, I shouldn't say recently, because about 3 months ago, you sent a letter to the Minister of Sport, Terry Waldron, and it took about 3 months to get a response. That's the reason why I said recently. And tell us about what you said in the letter. I've read the letter, but I'd like obviously our viewers and listeners to hear from you, and tell us what sort of response you got as well.
Well, really, for me, it's as a sports medicine doctor, you try and keep every sport that you're involved with as safe as possible for the competitors, for everybody involved. Now, one of the things that does keep fighters safe in MMA is having an enclosed arena. Stop people getting ejected outside. Leaves actually easier access because you don't have the crowd getting into it.
We've seen it tonight, haven't we?
We have, yeah. And it stops people falling out and injuring themselves and other people. And there was
Nate Jones ended up on your table.
He did. He ended up right in front of the timekeeper over there. And listen, it's a real risk. It's not just a perceived risk. And the guys involved want to keep it as safe as possible. The minister said a part of your duty of care is to keep it as safe as possible, yet you're not being allowed to.
There's been no clear explanation. I've been following this from the start, being with 6PR and listening to Paul Murray, with Terry Waldron, Rolly Alexander. Not one of them have given a clear answer that makes any sense whatsoever, and your letter obviously made a lot of sense, and you got something back that didn't really make any sense at all again.
I mean, the answer is it's not in the public perception. Well, what is the public perception?
They're not experts.
Well, I mean, have they done any surveys to find out what the public perception is?
They're not. Well, they said they did, but there was lame answers because they said they spoke to people in the MMA industry, and when our own Grady Stewart from Chaos Entertainment quizzed them on that. Who have you spoken to? Because Grady Stewart said, I know everyone in the MMA industry, so who did you speak to? Oh, we can't tell you that. That was their answer. I said, why can't you tell us that? Well, they didn't have an answer.
The answer is they spoke to the Combat Sports Commission, who advised them against banning it, and they went against that.
And they're the experts.
They went against that opinion and banned it anyway, so it's a bit of a moot point saying they actually consulted anybody because they were given the opposite.
I don't believe they did.
Yeah.
I think it's based on the opinion of the sport, and that's in any combat sport, because I know that Colin Barnett's been against any combat sport, and that's including boxing plus MMA, and his answers have all been pointing to his perception of, and I'll use his word, as a gladiatorial, fight, and well, they said that's your perception, but we didn't put you in office to make decisions based on your personal opinion.
Well, in terms of that, boxing matches happened in ancient Greece, but so did chariot races, and you let car racing continue, and you say they have to wear seatbelts rather than they're not allowed to wear seatbelts.
We come up with all these analogies, but it all comes down to the end of the day that they've not given us an answer that makes any sense at all. I mean, Ron Alexander gave an answer based on the past, and in 2004 and 5 in the Pride days. Well, why do you think they don't do Pride in a boxing ring anymore? They do it in a cage. So there's no point talking about the past, and it was all there to build in about safety, not about a show. We've seen it here tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
in our own backyard.
I've seen it a number of times of guys falling out of the rings. I don't want to be in a position where I'm trying to help somebody who's broken their neck and is now a paraplegic because of a decision that guys who aren't even interested in the sport have made. And I'm trying to keep guys safe. That's all I really want. And it's being made a lot more difficult for me.
Well, we had Tom Wright, the UFC Director of Operations, over here. And again, he showed us a great video, great safety video. The fighter safety is paramount. And you're in that industry to make sure the safety of the fighters comes first. This isn't doing the right thing by the sport or the fighters or the fans. Or you're sitting at cage ringside. I'm sitting at ringside. I mean, that happened over here. This guy would have been top on this monitor and all our equipment here.
That's right, and I've got support from Joe Istwanik, who is the president of the Association of Ringside Physicians from the States, who's a world body on it.
Yeah, well, we're going to keep working together to get this resolved. Dr. Patrick Golden, thank you for joining me at commentary, and watch this space. We'll keep working together to make sure we get the right decision.
Thank you very much.
Go check out Rotations here in the city.